What's up, world? I'm Zachary McGowan, and welcome to Kansas City 360, the informative television show that brings you the news you need to know in full circle. On November 4th, 2008, history was made as Senator Barack Obama was elected as the first African-American president of the United States. Since then, the feelings and attitudes towards the concepts of something being impossible have been terminated. For others, they seem to be falling into an abyss, straying away from all that's whole and that represents them well: leadership, the ability to guide, direct, and influence others. In today's segment, we'll be discussing the qualities and characteristics of a good leader. We'll also be discussing important initiatives to engage others to become successful leaders. Today, my guest is Robert Lowe, a member of the Coalition of Black Trade Unionists, an organization that works as a potent economic and political force within the African American community, and a voice for the black workers. So be prepared to be highly informed, because I'll be giving you the news in 360 and not 180. How you doing today, Mr. Lowe?
How you doing, Zachary?
Well, first I just wanted to ask, what exactly is the Coalition of Black Trade Unionists, and how does it develop leaders in society?
Well, the Coalition of Black Trade Unionists is a group of international unions, 72 to be exact, that have joined together and have outlets throughout the United States and all the major cities. And what the Coalition of Black Trade Unions do, we economically and politically empower minorities in the union workforce to develop themselves, become leaders, be ready for the different opportunities that become available in organizations as you move up through the ranks of any of the unions that are participating in the organization.
So the members that are a part of the Coalition of Black Trade Unionists, have some of them, as far as leadership goes, have you seen some of them take on major leadership roles within the community and within the state?
Yes, Zach. We have members that are state representatives. We have members that are city councilmen and that stand up in leadership roles all throughout the nation.
So, what is your definition of a leader?
There are several characteristics. Not only is it an individual that is informed and knowledgeable about the organization or situation that he is trying to lead with, but it's also about having the ability to motivate people, to listen, to understand, to comprehend, and be able to make judgmental decisions that will move the organization to the next level.
And as you've seen today, kids, teenagers, they have so many advantages as far as the technology age, being the internet, the computers. They have so many outlets to kind of reach out to other younger kids or to other kids their age to, promote the leadership role. Today, do you see that with teenage kids, or do you believe that we're using the technology that has been given to us in a useful way to promote leadership, or are we not using it in the correct way that it should be used?
Well, Zach, the information age that we live under now is nothing like the information age that my generation grew up with. We grew up with information being passed through our community churches, newspapers, magazines. Now the information travels so fast that when an individual gives a speech in one community or group, or to one community or group, it's transposed throughout the world within hours.
So, in your opinion today, do you believe that young African-American men and women are taking the successful steps to become leaders in society for tomorrow?
Yes, I see a lot of positive things going on in the community with our young minorities. I don't see quite as much as I would like to see. again, the ability for them to disperse the information is more sound bites than it was when I was growing up, and you would have an entire article, or you would have the summary of the entire speech. But still, our young people are stepping up to the plate. I think they are, with everything else out there that is bombarding them, is taking advantage of the opportunities that are out there, yes.
Now, you mentioned some things that could be possibly work as an effect on young African American men and women not pursuing that successful path, to being a good leader. What are some of those things that pose as obstacles that get in their way sometimes from doing what's right?
Well, again, in today's society, you look at dress, you look at mannerisms, you look at things that, again, when I grew up, might be taboo or, not considered appropriate to do. But with the information age, the good side, you have the bad side, or the questionable side, I'll say. Young people have to understand that a very important part of the way society looks at them is their appearance. And as you know, we've just gone through kind of an issue with the Kansas City Power and Light District over the dress code. Now, I understand young people have fads, and the fad might be to wear the white T-shirt or wear the boots or whatever the in thing is. But at the same time, you have to understand that there is a dress for every instinct, or there's a dress for but at the same time, you have to understand that there is a dress code, for lack of a better word, that we have at all times and all periods of our lives. There is a way to look when you go to church. There's a way to look when you go to an athletic field to just kick around, or go to a basketball court or a tennis court. There's a way you should look, or would want to look, when you go to your grandmother's 81st birthday.
Now, you brought up dress within young people's, their fashion senses, and it's always a changing fashion sense year to year or every 6 months. But when we look at some of the things like the white T-shirts and the sagging pants, or the girl showing too much cleavage, now, at some point you have to ask yourselves, these decisions weren't just, automatically made by themselves. Somebody had to influence them. So as far as the parents' role playing a leadership, do parents play very essential parts within a child's life to lead them on the right path to becoming somebody, memorable, or somebody who possesses leadership skills?
Yes, a parent does play or should play an influence in a young person's life. But at the same time, you have to understand that that individual has to understand that even though you don't look as yourself as a leader, you don't look at yourself as someone who might be setting a trend, there are people around you that watch you. In all aspects of life, and you have to understand that your younger brothers and sisters are watching you, your mother and father are watching you, your grandparents are watching you, and at the same time, even though there are times when you want to dress in an expressive way, there are other times where you need to maybe tone it down just a bit, and again, for lack of a better word, maybe succumb to the norm.